Hey, it's Mr. Burtis here. In this episode, we're going to build a table saw stand for my Ryobi PBL TS01 18-volt table saw. This design can be used for any other type of table saw also. The only difference is it's going to be your dimensions for the top and for the base for when you build it in. I'm going to use 3-inch and 2.5-inch deckmate screws. So we're going to put the frame together. So the first thing we got to do is we have our pieces all laid out for a frame. So I've got it laid out here. First piece we're going to have to put in is the center frame here, and this front part here is where the actual saw is going to be sunken into the table. But because of the spacing on either side, we're going to go ahead and put these two pieces together first. So what I did is I took a framing square and drew a line and a line to know where we want to have those lined up. Ahead and put the 3-inch screws, deckmate screws in for that. This particular part of the project, I'm going to use my Ryobi impact wrench to go ahead and set these screws in. So we're going to go ahead and put those in, and then we'll build the rest of the frame. So we'll get both sides done on that. So we've got our top together. We're all ready to go. I've set up the legs. I've got those set up, and I've got made sure that everything is level all the way around. So we're level. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 2.5-inch deckmate screws to actually start putting the screws in for the legs, and then we'll put lower supports in at a later time, and then we'll go ahead and measure out and cut out our top. So let's go ahead and put a couple of screws in. So I have the first screws in, and so we're ready to go on. We're going to go ahead and finish up cutting out the top, and then we'll go ahead and square off the bottom and put some supports on the bottom, and then we'll be ready to cut this piece out here. This is where the saw is going to go, and we'll be ready to put that in. So we've got our top laid out. We've got it over the edge. We're going to go ahead now. I've measured out our cutout that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Got the couple holes in the corners, so help me turn the jigsaw around. So we'll go ahead and cut those out, and then we'll see how it fits together and get ready to cut the last piece. Okay, so now we have that cut out. So we've got that all cut out the way we want it. So the next thing we're going to do is actually cut out this 2x4 after we cut out the other 4 legs that we need for the bottom, and then we'll go ahead and put it together from there. So I'm going to cut out 2 more of the legs. I'm using this to make the inside legs that we're going to actually be able to mount the table on. So we'll go ahead and cut that right now, and we're actually going to use the 18-volt table saw to cut it. So we got those cut. We'll go ahead and put those in and finish up the top. So we're getting ready to finish up the framing of our table saw table. And What you have to do is decide by the size of your table saw and what kind of the thickness of the plywood you're going to put on top. Measure down to put your supports in to hold the table saw. And we're going to go ahead and put those in. We're going to put a front on and 2 supports, put the plywood in, plywood top on, and when we get done with that, we'll be finished with the basic project, and that will be the working table saw table. And next, after that, what we're going to do is we'll actually finish off the base, and we're going to put it on casters so we can move it around. But this is the $70 model right here. So the next episode on the table saw table will be actually finishing the underneath, putting shelves and drawers in, and putting the casters on. So what we got to do first is I've got these clamped down, as you can see. We're going to take our screws and we're going to go ahead and screw these in, and then we'll put the front back on in the center supports and go from there. Finish that off, put the back one on, and then we'll do the supports. So we got our supports in, so we're going to put the base in. Get that in. So we're ready to go there. We'll get our top lined up. We'll get those screwed down. Get those in place. So we're going to go ahead and we'll mount these down. And I'm going to go all the way around and along the supports. All right, so here we go. We got the finished product. We're going to have to do one adjustment on this side, but we've got our table saw mounted. We put the screws in to hold it in place. The one thing I had to do is I had to notch out the side. I'm using the 9 amp hour battery, and so we needed that to fit in, and the partial leg was in the way, so I notched that out. Let's give it a try. There we go. We got our $70 table saw table. We're all ready to go. Next episode, we're going to put shelves and drawers in on the bottom and some coasters on it, and that'll add probably another $40 to the total cost. But with this, you can get a working table saw table for $70, and then you can do your add-ons from there. Always remember, dream, think, design, build, and learn. I'll see you in the shop.